What's going on, everyone? I'm just a typical, average American here today to react and learn about some phrases that only make any sense if you're British. So today, I want to take a look at this Reddit discussion where somebody asked, what's a phrase or saying that only makes sense to Brits but sounds absurd to everyone else? Well, absurd might be a little strong, but to be completely honest, the UK is like the only other English speaking country where us Americans are constantly like, what the heck did they just say? And it's great, it's actually something I really enjoy about British culture is all the interesting words and phrases and sayings that you guys have that we don't. We're just out here being boring. So I love this stuff, and today I want to take a look at some British phrases that only make any sense to British people. So let's take a look here. For example, we got Bob's your uncle. That I've heard before. I don't know why. Most Americans have heard specifically Bob's your uncle. I don't know if that's in a lot of like TV or films, or that's like almost a stereotypical example of something British people say. Like for us Americans, we think you're saying that like all the time. Anyway, what does that mean exactly? From what I understand, it's like Bob's your uncle. Like that's the conclusion. And there it is. Voila! Here you go. You take a left and go right up Maple Street, and Bob's your uncle, you're there. Like, it's almost hard to explain what it means exactly, but it's just like, and that's it. There you go. Bob's your uncle. I think that's what I mean. Anyway, it's gone pear-shaped? This sounds familiar. I'm positive at some point I have even learned what this one is supposed to mean. Just reading it, pear-shaped. If it's gone pear-shaped, is that a bad thing? Is it a bad thing to be a pear? It's gone pear-shaped. I think that means it's gone bad. I should know that one. Uh-oh. Anyway, let's look at some more of these. So, a fellow Brit in a meeting with a bunch of Canadians today said, here's one I made earlier, followed by a little giggle. A giggle. This is funny? Here's one I made earlier. This is funny. I don't understand the joke at all. Unfortunately for him, it was crickets could be heard in the moments following. Yeah, Canadians don't understand this. Americans don't understand this. I don't understand this at all. This is fun. What? This is some kind of British reference? Anyway, I have a backup contingency for this. I got Chat GPT pulled up here. I got AI robots here to answer my questions about this. Thank goodness we live in the future where I can actually instantaneously get some context here. It says the British phrase, here's one I made earlier, is a classic line most commonly associated with a children's television show, especially Blue Peter. Blue Peter, never heard of it. Long-running BBC Kids program. Okay. This is a reference to some British children's TV show? Do most British people know this? It's said when someone is demonstrating how to make or do something, but instead of finishing it live, which could take too long, they reveal a completed version they have prepared in advance. This is okay. This is sort of complicated, but I get it. Thank goodness for artificial intelligence here to just fix my every need in terms of translating the British language. It's like you guys speak a whole different language over there. Here's one I made earlier. I see. It's like if on those cooking shows, instead of waiting like 4 hours, they just bring out the cooked cake that's already done and decorated, and they're like, "Here's one I made earlier." For example, is this a common thing for British people to say? Okay. Um, just reading it, here's one I made earlier. I would have had no freaking clue what you're talking about. Followed by a little giggle. That is funny once you understand the reference. Okay. That's a good one. I've no idea if this is a purely a UK phrase, but my entire family said, well, it got us out of the house. To sum up any sort of prosaic outing? Whoa, man. What do we say? Prosaic? We're getting a little too fancy here. What the heck does that mean? My vocabulary doesn't go that far. Anyway, to sum up prosaic outings or walk in horizontal rain, my American husband hates it when I say it. It drives him nuts. He says it makes no sense. So you're saying, well, it got us out of the house? What is a prosaic? First, I don't know what a prosaic outing is. Is this a common word in the UK? Hold up. First, let's look up the definition of prosaic. Here we go. Having the style or diction of prose, lacking poetic beauty. Lacking beauty? Lacking poetic beauty. Ooh. Okay. Okay. To sum up, an outing that lacks any poetic beauty, or walking in really, really hard rain. Well, it got us out of the house. So you're being sarcastic because you're like in the middle of a storm and you're like, well, it got us out of the house. Ha ha! Like that kind of thing. All right. Let's. The phrase, well, it got us out of the house, is a very British way of lightly justifying a mildly underwhelming or pointless outing. I love this. Often used humorously or sarcastically. Okay, I totally get it now. I mean, some Americans, we don't use the sarcasm and the wit as much in the United States, but I really appreciate this kind of humor. It's like if you're, I don't know, an American, if you were out and you went to do something and it just turned out to be so freaking boring and stupid, and you're like, well, I'm glad I got out of bed today. That kind of thing, where you're just being sarcastic. I see. I get it. British sarcasm almost went over my head, but in the nick of time, I stuck my head up and it smacked me in the forehead and I got it. Well, it got us out of the house. Okay. That it's funny because once it's explained to you what this stuff means, it makes a lot of sense. But you Brits have a lot of funny, actually, sayings and stuff that we just don't know the references at all. Turn the big light off. It's like Blackpool illuminations. I feel like I've heard this word, Blackpool illuminations. What exactly? Is that some kind of nature tourist attraction in Blackpool? Tourist attraction in Blackpool? What exactly? Maybe I need some photos. It's very bright, I imagine. It's like they put up lights on a bunch of buildings and car. Oh, even the car has a light on it. Okay. Turn off the big light. It's like Blackpool illuminations. Okay. It's just like you turn on a light in your house and it's way too bright. The big light in the middle. And you're like, oh God, stop. And then British people might liken it to Blackpool illuminations. I didn't quite remember what that was, but it's something very, very bright. Very bright. Okay. That's okay. I can comprehend. That one was probably the one I understood the most besides Bob's Your Uncle. Although that's only because for some reason Bob's your uncle is very exposed to whoever Bob is. A lot of Americans know about him. I don't know what movie or whatever we saw. Anyway, that's from, but just a lot of Americans have heard that one for some reason. Brit living in Canada here. I've been with these gems here. Okay. Cat amongst the pigeons. Cat amongst the pigeons. I've never heard that phrase, but just listening to it, it's like a cat is a predator amongst the innocent little helpless pigeons, right? He's like a. In America, we'd say more likely to say he's a wolf among sheep, right? I think this one, I don't even know if I need to look it up because I think this one's pretty self-explanatory. It's a British idiom. It means to cause trouble, panic, or controversy. Oh, because a wolf among the sheep in America is more like, oh, they are a predator taking advantage of these innocent beings. This cat amongst the pigeons is more about causing chaos and controversy and panic, especially by saying or doing something that disrupts a calm or controlled situation. Oh, that is different than what I thought. That is definitely different than what I thought. Huh. Okay, I'm glad I looked that up. To me, to you, zero laughs gained? Me, to you? Is that the phrase? Is zero laughs gained part of the phrase? Or are they just saying it garnered zero laughs saying this? To me, to you, no idea. To me, to you, classic British catchphrase by the Chuckle Brothers. The Chuckle Brothers? Who the heck are the Chuckle Brothers? From Chucklevision, okay. They would repeatedly say it to each other while trying and failing to move something bulky and awkward like a ladder. To me, you give it to me. To you. So they'd be like, to me, to you, to me, to you. And end up messing it. This is a reference to Chuckle Brothers in British children's TV show. That's why you guys are getting these perplexed looks and lack of laughter. Guys, we haven't seen this stuff. No idea what you're talking about. That's funny, though. You guys don't just have a lot of sayings, and you have there's a lot of British references that the rest of us out here, especially in America, just don't have. We don't know them. But they are funny. All Gone, Pete Tong. And that's followed by, who is Pete Tong? Yeah, no, who is Pete Tong? All Gone, Pete Tong? What the heck are these? This sounds like another language. All Gone, Pete Tong. Like, what? I'd be like, huh? What? Where are you from? Rhyming slang expression, meaning it's all gone wrong. It's from a famous British DJ radio host. Using Cockney rhyming slang, Pete Tong means wrong. Okay. Sorry, I look like a bit of a tramp today. Then we'll say, you don't look like a prostitute. Yeah, a tramp is a prostitute in the United States. Or in the old days, a tramp was just like sort of someone who lived on the street or homeless, or right? Or in Britain, it's a self-deprecating way of saying, sorry, I look messy or scruffy. Yeah, tramp can mean a homeless person. In America, tramp is a slang for prostitute. That is true, but I know in the old days, a tramp was more considered a homeless person. So if you said I look like a tramp today, the first thing that would come to my mind is that you're saying you look like a lady of the night, a prostitute. Yes, I would. Yeah, I would think that. Look at those two having a chin wag. A chin wag. I don't know where along the line I heard this one, but a chin wag is like literally wagging your chin. I don't know if you guys are talking like this. wagging it back and forth. But a chin wag is an exaggeration of moving your chin to talk. Look at those two talking, having a real conversation, yakking. I don't even need to look that up. I can understand that. Chin wag. We do not say chin wag. That's the kind of thing I love about British culture. Let's hold on here for a second. That is a perfect example right there. Like in America, we never come up with slang for like just talking. Like I guess I say stuff like yakking or blabbing or but you guys have funny like chin wag, your chin's wagging. Like that's good. I love that. My calendar is chock-a-block. Chock-a-block. Sounds painful. Oh my god, chock-a-block. Do you need like a medicine or something for that? What is that? My calendar is chock-a-block. Uh, Something is blocked. That I see the word block in chock-a-block. Um, I would never understand what you're meaning. Sitting here looking at it with the context of your calendar, sounds like your calendar is blocked. My schedule is full. Where's chock-a-block is an old-fashioned term meaning crammed, full, or packed tightly. Chock-a-block. Chock-a-block. Oh my god, you guys have the best words. What the heck? That's a exactly perfect example again. We do not have cool words like that. Blooming eck? Blooming eck? What the heck is a blooming eck? Is that like a diss? Often written bloomin' eck or bloody eck is a mild British exclamation of surprise, frustration, emphasis. Means like, geez, bloomin'. Okay, like, bloody hell. That kind of thing. Bloomin' eck. Something like that. Actually, it feels kind of nice to say. Yeah. In America, we like go way too far. Like if we're giving an exclamation, like you smashed your toe into your desk, you're just like cursing straight up, like the F word and stuff. We need stuff that's more in the middle. Like Americans just have to say like, ah, dang it, no, jeez, and it's so lame. I want to be like bloomin' like that feels much better. You've cocked that right up, followed by why are you talking about my cock? You've cocked that right up. We don't use cocked in that way. Cocked means like cocking a gun, but this sounds like you've messed that up. You've cocked that up means you've completely messed that up. So cocked up is a British slang for botched, bungled, or messed up. Okay. If you came at me and were like, you cocked that up, I would not know what you're talking about. I'm trying to think, just given the context, if I would understand what you're saying. I don't think so. Like, that is so far from any word or phrase we use. You cocked that right up. I'd be like, what? I don't have a gun. Like, I know I'm American, but I don't have a gun with me right now. Like, I'm not cocking anything. Like, squeaky bum time. Maybe this means we're almost at the end here. I think this means we're at the end. When we're getting squeaky bum time, I will look this up. The AI is going to judge me for this. You don't say this in America. You don't. I don't, whatever this means. Squeaky bum time, a tense, nervous, high-stress moment. I guess we do. All right, fine. In America, we'd say like, oh, this really made me clench my butt cheeks together. Which you guys say squeaky bum time. You just have a funnier version. That's fantastic. This is so great. I freaking love British phrases. Oh my god. So there you have it. Yeah, I thought it'd be fun to take a look at some of these, and it was. And I almost feel like this was a lesson in British language or something. Like, you guys have the craziest sayings, and it's so cool. Oh my god. So anyway, If you enjoyed this, feel free to give this video a like or leave a comment with your thoughts on any of these British phrases or sayings or any other phrases or sayings you think would be funny or should have been in this list. That'd be really cool to hear about. And if you're interested in more videos like this, me reacting to Britain and learning about British culture and seeing British things I've never seen before, feel free to subscribe for more. And until then, thanks for watching and see you next time.